is now the right time to buy a property? So it's been going through a lot of people's minds, especially right now. When we started buying property, the Sydney market was absolutely dead. The rates were high, sevens, and it was expensive from a repayments perspective. However, what we found was there was no competition at open homes. Yeah, we would go to open homes and we wondered, why isn't anyone buying? Why aren't people showing up? And it actually made sense to buy because there was no competition. What we realized in that time was people get frozen with fear. They buy into the media hype and, well-meaning but misinformed advice from family and friends and colleagues who may have been burnt before possibly. And they may have unfortunately made the wrong choice with the investment. From our perspective, the goal was really to buy for cash flow, eventually capital growth, but predominantly cash flow. And then Sydney markets went crazy in 2013. It was slow, but it was steady to continue accumulating properties, even though it was very hard because there was literally no way. It's a good feeling when not many people are showing up at open homes, right? But that's what scares many people as well. Like, what's wrong? Why isn't anybody buying? Why isn't anybody buying? And people freeze with fear. So consider opposite markets. So there's bull markets, there's a lot of high competition. You have to pay premium prices. You may have to buy a mediocre property just to enter the market, and fear of missing out, FOMO kicks in. And we've seen that in many property markets across Australia in the past 24 months, more like 18 months. Why does everybody want to jump in when there is FOMO, fear of missing out? But when there's uncertainty and zero competition, people wait for others to take action before they do. It doesn't make sense. To us, it doesn't make sense. I'd like you to ponder on as to why would you not take action when other people aren't and there's no competition, but when people are going crazy and paying exuberant prices or maybe even buying mediocre properties and everyone wants to buy it. I want to compare two scenarios, market scenario A and market scenario B. So with market scenario A, it's like having the negotiating power in a buyer's market. So you have the power as the buyer. And market scenario B is competing with 20 other offers in a hot seller's market because you have fear of missing out, like FOMO, and you don't want, like, you really want to just buy anything. You can make money in both markets. However, scenario A is obviously more favorable to you as a buyer. Why? There's greater chance to make money as the masses are fearful. And when they finally jump in the market increases in value. Many people were just waiting for that perfect time while you were negotiating deals to your advantage. That's right. And we've seen it in recent years as well. Or, when there's been times of uncertainty where our clients have actually backed themselves and taken action, then they have been ahead of the market. So the idea is sooner you buy, the more time and exposure you have to property market cycles. Lending climate and life circumstances change over time. You need to focus on what you can do and when you can take action rather than focusing on external factors alone. Time in the market versus timing the market. So in times of fear, is when you set your foundations and it is actually the time to be taking action. We had many clients who bought right around the federal election in 2019, and then we had clients who actually bought during COVID when many people were sitting on the sidelines waiting for that perfect time. And they thought that maybe there might be a cliff, etc. And those who did hold back, obviously they had to pay higher prices as a result. The idea really is times of uncertainty is when the money is made. Yeah, and be greedy when others are fearful. That's what Warren Buffett says. And you control your own economy. If you keep just following the market, time is going to pass anyway. Lending climate could be different. Your life circumstances could be different. Lending could tighten. Lending loose, the market might get away. So why would you not look at your own economy and make a decision based on what your affordability is? And banks are lending money when you don't need it.